Shane Bacon. He is the Fox Sports golf analyst. He's been watching that three-hole playoff. And Shane, any surprise that Zach Johnson walks away with this thing? I mean, he does own a green jacket. He has been a grinder on the tour for the last, 15, 16 years. I don't know how many people picked him, but he now has another major to his credit.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a surprise it was once they got to the playoff. I think, headed in, considering the stack of leaderboard they had going into the final round this Monday, he probably wasn't in maybe the top 5, top 8 on the list of people you thought would do it. But, he played absolutely incredible, over the final round and into the playoff. I mean, birdied the first 2 holes of the 4-hole aggregate. I mean, after Louis Oosthuizen jumped in, the guy that won at St. Andrews last time. So, I don't think it was a surprise once they got to the playoff, but I'd say starting the final round on Monday, not a lot of people had him on the list as people we thought would go on to win.
Shane, one of the better endings we've seen to a major, in the last few years. I mean, not just because it's the Open, not just because it was a 3-man playoff, but it seemed there were, going into this final round, 7, 8, 9 guys who could come away with this thing.
Yeah, really, when you look back on it, I mean, you have to probably go back to 2001, maybe 1999. To find better Opens in a row, especially come the final round. I mean, all the drama that happened at Chambers Bay over the last 18 holes, and you move over to St. Andrews. And, the weather delays and all that stuff, obviously pushing it to Monday, maybe had some people's kind of feathers ruffled. But, for us, it was exciting because the leaderboard was so stacked with so many names. And, of course, it helped with Jordan Spieth being there. I mean, Spieth being in the conversation and continuing to do it all the way through to the 18th hole on Monday made it that much more exciting because, how many chances are we going to have to see a guy go for the career Grand Slam the same year? So I think it was really exciting throughout it. Obviously, we got to the playoff, and I think the fact that Spieth wasn't there had some people bummed out, but, Zach and Oosthuizen obviously helped that out, making those early birdies in the playoff and making it exciting right down to the final putt.
Shane, I'll be real honest with you. The reason I was not doing my work this morning was to watch Jordan Spieth make the run at the Grand Slam. Where did he lose that? Was it the double bogey on the front, the chip that couldn't quite go in, the bogey on the road hole, or that final putt? Or was it a little of all that? Or what was the key moment in your mind in terms of Spieth coming this close but not quite getting there to the playoff?
Well, I look at it actually another way. I'd say if you were looking at one moment where he ended up losing it, I'd probably say the bogey on 17, just not making that putt, right in there about 8 or 9 feet. Obviously, he makes that. He gets to the final hole with a birdie chance to win the championship. To me, it was really just the putter throughout the week. I mean, it's impressive that he was even in the conversation. Had a 4-putt, obviously, on the 8th today. Had 5 3-putts in his second round. Was able to bounce back from all that stuff well, but when you put yourself behind the 8 ball with the putter that many times, it's just so tough to bounce back. Obviously, St. Andrews is a place that has some of the most massive greens on the planet. 3 putts happen, but for Jordan Spieth, I just didn't think he putted as well as he usually does from that 6, 7, 8 feet range. And I think that's what really killed him. That said, have we had a player since Tiger, and I hate comparing people to Tiger Woods, but has a putt on 16 from 40 feet for birdie that he has to make, and he makes it dead center. And, the feeling that we had as fans and reporters watching, you almost expect it to go in. I mean, really, you think about it, I think that was the biggest surprise is you're sitting there going, he's going to make this putt on 16, he makes it, and then you go, he's going to finish par birdie and win this thing outright. He just put himself into too many tough kind of positions, I think, throughout the week, and it finally caught up to him on the 17th when he missed that bogey putt, and then kind of got himself out of position on 18.
Okay, you hate to compare him to the Tiger, but I'm going to be that guy. At the same age, in their early 20s, compare Spieth to Tiger. What was the strength in your mind of Tiger in his early 20s, and what's the greatest strength of Spieth right here, right now?
Well, Spieth's greatest strength is that he never dies down. I mean, he never gives up. He's fearless in a way where even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he finds a way to be in the hunt and give himself a chance. I think that was a lot of what Tiger had. I think that speaks so well to Tiger's cut streak during the prime of his career, how even when he wasn't playing well, he still made it to the week and he still battled. I didn't think Spieth had his A game at all this week and still nearly won. You think about missing out on a playoff by one shot. And also, Spieth is a guy that can lean on his putter. And, when you're playing golf at this level, the difference in the number one player in the world and a guy playing on the web.com or a mini tour, is the short game, and it's around the greens. And I think when Jordan Spieth has a putt on any green from any distance, he has a feeling like he can make it. And that, guys can say they have that same feeling, but it's rare to find somebody that really, honestly, truly believes in that type of confidence. And I think that's what he'll look back on. He'll be bummed out about missing that putt on 17 that gave him a chance to obviously get into the playoff. Because if he gets in that playoff, all those other guys are going to be looking at him as the guy to take off and take this thing down. So I think, it's crazy to think how negative golfers can be. First two majors, and he's going to be looking back on 2015 going, I can't believe I didn't win the British Open, giving myself that type of chance.
He's Shane Bacon. He's a golf analyst for Fox Sports, and this portion of the big stuff presented by the Celtic Tavern. Tell you more about them in a sec.
Not to chisel Tiger's obit here, but
you're talking a lot of Tiger right now.
No. I'm trying to move golf forward here. With Spieth, and if we can keep Rory off the soccer pitch, is golf past Tiger now? I'm not saying Tiger's done, but are there reasons for the average sports fan now to turn on a golf tournament without having to say, well, I wonder where Tiger is on the board?
Shane, before you answer that question, I want to remind everybody, including my friend and colleague Mark Kiszla, that Zach Johnson, who just won the British, is 39 years old. You know how old Tiger is?
39?
He's 39. Shane, go ahead and answer now.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, and you even mentioned, turning it on to watch Spieth. I think that's a very good, recognition of what's going on right now in golf. Is you turn the TV on for other guys, and Tiger is still a story, and for 2 days he's the main story here. You think Tiger Woods, is he going to make the cut? Is he going to play well? Is he going to have any sort of game that resembles what we used to see? And once he gets off the stage, as we've seen lately in majors, you turn your focus completely to a guy like Jordan Spieth or Rory McIlroy, or even to other names like Matsuyama or Brooks Koepka, who have had good majors and continue to play well in these big events. There are so many young guys that are playing well that, to me, golf fans and sports fans who are watching on Sunday and on Monday to see these other storylines, these other chances, and, of course, to see if a 21-year-old could continue a run at the Grand Slam, something. Obviously, Tiger never won the first three majors in the same season. Jack never did it. And if Spieth would have got one shot better, he would have had a chance to do that. So I think golf is in as good a place as it's been in, probably 10, 15 years, really, if you think about it, because there are so many young guys that are so interesting to watch, have no fear, and can go out there and win a lot of championships. And we're seeing it right now. And before Sunday, the two best players in the world are both under the age of 26, held all four majors at the same time. So obviously with Rory and Jordan, I think golf couldn't be in a better spot.
Yeah, Shane, I was just going to say a fantastic finish with all those guys at the top and all that young talent, and still no Rory. So golf is in pretty good hands going forward, isn't it?
Well, it's a real big bummer that Rory was out there playing soccer and got hurt, because I do think St. Andrews sets up so well for him. Obviously, in 2010, he shoots 63 in the opening round with no win. But, hopefully he'll get back and be healthy, because I think what golf has at this point is an opportunity to see those two guys go at each other in a major, and that's something we never got with Tiger and Phil Mickelson, who were the two biggest names of their generation. And I think if we got that at some point, it would really be the moment everybody said, okay, this is the new group of studs that are taking over the sport for the next 2 decades.
Shane, really appreciate your time. What's your Twitter handle?
At Shane Bacon.
That's easy enough. Thanks, Shane. We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime. Thanks.
All right, Shane Bacon of Fox Sports.
You cut me off. I wanted to know if he was related to Sir Francis.
Bacon?
Yeah. We might have had royalty on this show.
I'm sorry. You got to warn me about that next
Okay,
time.
I
That
will.
portion of the big stuff presented by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor of the Colorado Rapids. The Celtic will take you on a bus and all of your soccer-loving buddies to every Colorado Rapids home game. You can tailgate 2 hours before kickoff. So meet at the Celtic, then go to the Rapids game. And if you're wondering where the Celtic is, it's just a couple of blocks from Blake Street, a couple of blocks west of Blake Street. It is the Celtic Tavern.